Hey there, boys and girls, hello, welcome. It's IKEA. I'm going to look at the Shrine of Secret offerings from June the 26th up until the 3rd of July. So if you buy any of these perks, they have the chance to show up in the blood webs of all your other killers and all your other survivors. So if there's anything good, you want to pick it up and it might show up in your blood web. So your first perk of the day is Shadowborn. It is a Wraith perk. It'll cost you 2,000 shards. Your field of view is 8 degrees wider than normal. This is at tier 1. If you get Shadowborn up at tier 3, it's quite an increase in field of view. It's actually 15 degrees. If you play the Wraith, who has a pretty poor field of view, Shadowborn is absolutely amazing. I've actually covered it on a video on my channel. So if you do play the Wraith, try Shadowborn on him. It is brilliant. On other killers, it will give you a bit of a benefit. Whether you think that's enough to use up a perk slot is your call. But a Shadowborn on the Wraith is excellent, but on the other killers it's not too bad. Your first survivor perk of the day is a David King perk called Dead Hard. It'll cost you 2,000 shards. While you're injured, if you press the active ability button while running, you dash forward, and during the dash you avoid damage. This causes exhaustion effect for 60 seconds. So if a killer swings at you and tries to hurt you, if you press the active ability button, you will jolt forward and you're sort of immune to damage for that little split second. It is a very popular survivor perk. You will see a lot of survivors using it because you can run around without it activating. At tier 3, the only difference is it causes the exhaustion effect for 40 seconds instead of 60. So that's Dead Hard, 2,000 shards. Your second survivor perk, your second killer perk of the day is Territorial Imperative. It's a Huntress perk that will cost you 2,000 shards. Survivors always are revealed to you for 3 seconds when they enter the basement and you are more than 32 meters away from the basement entrance. Territorial Imperative can only be triggered once every 30 seconds. At tier 3 there's not much of a difference. It can be triggered once every 20 seconds. If you're going to do a basement build, I suppose you could possibly use it, but I don't see much use for Territorial Imperative. It's a bit of a niche sort of killer perk, but it's there if you want it. And last but not least, Ace in the Hole. Ace Visconti perk. This one's good if you like farming items out of chest. It'll cost you 2,000 shards. When retrieving an item from a chest, there's a 100% chance that a very rare or lower add-on will be attached to it, so that's guaranteed. And at tier 1 there's a 10% chance of finding an add-on of uncommon rarity or lower. Ace in the Hole excels at tier 3 because there's a 50% chance of finding an add-on of uncommon rarity or lower. So at tier 3 it is a lot better. You have a 50% chance of getting 2 add-ons on whatever item you take out the chest. If you pair Ace in the Hole with Plunderer's Instinct, where you're more than likely going to get a better item with Plunderers, you can get some very, very good add-ons and some good items out of the chests. But other than that, I would say out of the survivor perks, Dead Hard, if you don't have it, thoroughly recommend this. Gives you a second chance to make a pallet or a window, or to try and get around the killer. And out of the survivors, unless you're playing a Wraith, I wouldn't particularly advise either of these. I like Shadowborn on a killer, but you get a 10 degrees better field of view on Martin Abuse, and with Martin Abuse you get an 8 meter less terror radius. So I usually use Martin Abuse over Shadowborn unless you're using the Wraith. So all in all, not a great week. Other than Dead Hard, I wouldn't be in a rush to pick up the other 3, but there we have it, the Shrine of Secret offerings from June the 26th until July the 3rd. By the way, there's a patch out today, so if you haven't downloaded it, it's ready to rock and roll. Thanks for watching, guys and girls. This is IKEA bidding you farewell.